Hello cloud experts. So let's start, have a quick demo on S3. In this we will create a S3 bucket and put an object in that. To do this, either I can do this from recently visited services, or I can simply type S3 here, or I can go to the services tab here, and under storage I will click on S3. So when I click on S3, the S3 dashboard will open. So here it gives me options to create a new bucket. So I will just go ahead and create a new bucket. Please note, the bucket name should be globally unique across all your accounts and all regions of AWS. So this should not be repeated anywhere in the AWS infrastructure. So I'm just using a name called as CTG-123. CTG here is Cloud Training Group -123. However, S3 is a global service. We will understand what do we mean by that. But the buckets are actually stored in some of the regions. So either I can go for US East, which is Northern Virginia region, or I can go with Asia Pacific Mumbai region. So depending on the region, they will have one particular URL which will be slightly different from one region to another region, which we'll discuss later. So as of now, I will go ahead and I'll just go with US East, Northern Virginia region. So let's move forward. What is next? So it gives me a lot of options which I'm not getting into as of now. So it gives me object versioning, different kind of versioning, server access logging, tags, object level logging, default encryption. So I'll not get into all these details as of now. Click on next. Now whether you want to make this bucket public or you want to make it private, so we will, as of now, we will block all public access. So we will not enable it. So it will allow all the public traffic as of now. So let's move forward. So as of now, let's say I'm just go and disable all public access as of now. Let's move forward. Now it is the review page where I will check all the details what I filled. I have kept a bucket name which is CTG-123, region is US East Northern Virginia region, and I will simply go ahead and create this bucket. Okay, so let me go back. There are some issues because I created this bucket few minutes back, and now I'm just typing it as CTG-1234. This is another bucket. Let's move forward. Let's go ahead and then click on next and create bucket. So my bucket is now created. This is CTG-1234. There were some conflicting operations, so it was not able to create CTG-123. So we have created CTG-1234. Now I'll click on this particular bucket, and now I will upload a object in this. So buckets are like folders and objects are like files. So let's go ahead and click on object. So I will choose files. I'll just go in a folder where I've stored the required file, which is CTG S3 object. So this is the file which is I have. Either I can go ahead and upload. It will take all the default settings, or if I want to change some settings, I can click on next. So this is giving me some details, manage users, access. I can also allow access of these objects from the other AWS accounts, which I can add here, and also I can manage public permissions for this particular object. Let's move forward. Here it gives me an option to choose various type of storage classes. So according to my requirement, I can choose the different storage classes. As of now, I'm going with standard, which is frequently accessed data, and it also gives me option like intelligent tiering, standard IA, standard infrequently access, one zone IA, glacier deep archive, and reduce redundancy. So these are the various options we have, and as of now I'm going with only standard storage class. So this is all what we have, the review page, and where we will see all these details. We'll go ahead and upload it. So it shows our object is getting uploaded. So it takes some time, a few seconds to get it uploaded, and once it is uploaded, we'll move forward. So our object is now uploaded, and we can see this object here. When I click on this, it gives me object URL, which is https://ctg123, which is my bucket name, and .s3.amazon.aws.com. However, if we are using some other domain, other region than Northern Virginia, it will give me some slightly different URL name. Why it is a global service? Because these objects are available as a universal namespace. So I can just go ahead and copy this URL, go to another tab, simply put this object URL, and when I try to open this, it gives me a access denied error. Why we are getting this error? Let us understand. So for that, because this object is not a public object, so we have to go back to Amazon S3, click on the bucket, click on permissions, and now we have to enable our public access to this particular, to this we have to type confirm here. So once we enable public access to this bucket, now I will go back to bucket again, I will open the object, and once I click on object, it will give me an option called as make public. So I will make this object public. So I will copy this again, or I will simply refresh the tab what I have created. So I will simply copy the URL here, which I have already done. I'll click on next, and here we go. So our object is now available on our S3 bucket. So simply we can use this S3 to host some websites and some static data, that is video, audio, something like that. We can check a lot of stuff related to objects here, the properties of the object. We can change the storage classes, encryption mechanism, metadata of that object. We can also see the tags and object lock. We can also see a lot of permissions related to the objects, to whom these permissions are given, and there are some other options related to select from and other stuff. Now we'll go with the bucket. In bucket also there are a lot of permissions available. You have, this is the overview page, the properties of the bucket. We can define some versioning, which we'll discuss in some next sessions. Server access logging, we can also use it for static website hosting, object level logging, and some default encryption for this S3 bucket. It will be applicable on all the objects which are stored in this S3 bucket. We can also define the permissions. In permissions we have block public access, we have access control list, object ownership, we have bucket policy, and we have some CORS, which is cross origin resource sharing options. So we'll talk about all these options in later sessions, but these are the multiple options which are available. So it has access control list, object ownership, bucket policies. We can define some policies specific to this bucket, or CORS, which is cross origin resource sharing options. We also have a lot of options in the management, where we can create life cycle rules for the objects of this bucket, and the access points, where we can create some access point which we can be used to provide access to this particular bucket. So this is what we have. Whenever we want to go back, you can simply click on the bucket name, object name, copy this URL which is mentioned here, and you can use this for various purposes. And this URL here is a universal namespace, and you can make it public. You can make this object public or non-public depending on your requirement. If it is not made public, you will not be able to use it. So if you really want to delete it, so we can simply go back to the bucket, click on this particular object, and choose an action, which action can be to delete this particular object. Or we can simply go to Amazon S3, click here and click on delete. When we want to delete this, it will ask us type the name of the bucket to confirm deletion. We will simply type CTG-1234 and confirm it. Once we confirm it, this object will be deleted from our AWS infrastructure. That's all. We have a quick demo about S3. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to see you in the next session.